Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heart Center Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. And help me welcome my wonderful co-host,
Thank
Alex
you.
of Heart and Soul Connected.
Yes.
And welcome to Story in the Cards.
Yay! Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
It is. Yeah, this is our chance to be a little snarky, a little nasty. You know, we don't need to be in that spiritual whatever all the time, right?
That's
We
right.
can
That's right.
visit the human
We can
level.
visit the human level. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Hey, Donna.
perfect.
Hi, everybody.
So,
Yeah.
hello, Donna O'Brien and Suzanne. Nice to see you here. Linda, Butterfly Readings with Linda, Leah Salva, and Claudia. Cat Mama, do you drop in?
Yes,
Nice.
and butterflies are free. And
Butterfly.
Mary, it's nice to see you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I guess we're starting to see everybody float in. Yeah.
Yes, wonderful. Mary Epperson. Hello,
Uh-huh.
hello. Yes, happy Easter weekend. Are you doing anything for Easter?
Actually, I have a psychic, Fernando Morone's partner is going to come on his first, on. I don't celebrate, and so it just isn't a big thing for me. But so I'll be around so people can have somewhere to go if they're not. What about you? You going to your sister's?
No, actually, no. They have a cottage outside of the city, a little up further north. And in the spring and summertime, they love to spend the weekends out there, right?
I would too. Yeah, I would.
Yes. So when we were talking about it earlier, and she said, "Yeah, we're not going to do Easter at our place. We'll be up in Rimby." And I said, "Oh, okay, no problem." So I thought, well, maybe I'll just do a small turkey for Chris and I. Yeah. And as I was talking to him about it last night, I said, "What do you think? You know, should we do a small turkey?" He said, "Nah, not worth all the effort. Let's just go out for breakfast."
Oh, there you go. He's a man after my own heart.
Yes.
Honestly, that's great.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome.
So that was wonderful. But it used to be quite the celebration, right? When we would gather
when the kids are little,
and when the kids are little, and you do the Easter eggs and the chocolates and the blah 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 blah. Yeah. No little ones. So
no, it's not as much fun. Yeah. And my two, I'm sure that my daughter will go out with her husband somewhere, but my son is not. He's not an Easter aficionado either. So knowing him, he'll say, "I'm just happy to stay home and watch old Father Brown movie videos."
Love Father Brown. Oh my God.
You like Father Brown, I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And hello, Lindsay Page and Edward Kenneth. Nice to see you here. Buck. Hello, Good Bewitch. Rebecca, Roland Pag, Anita K, Charlie C. Sage of Fire, Marie Sutton, Carol Berner. Hey, you guys, thank you.
It's wonderful to have you here. Oh, absolutely. Breakfast is the best to go. Brunchish. I mean, I can't eat it real early, but yeah.
Yes. Yeah. No. Yeah. I never was one of those people who, would wake up in the morning and go, "Oh yeah, I need to have breakfast." No.
I know. Yeah. But it's nice to go maybe between 11 and 2 or something.
Yes. Yeah. Then you can kind of make a meal out of it. So you can. Absolutely. Yeah. And hello, Rebecca, aka Sunflower Down Under. And hello, Artist Liz. I'm glad. Are you home? Are you okay? How are you doing? Let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know.
I also want to shout out to Barbara Nesper. I just saw that she is in the ICU. She had some surgery last week, I think, and
yes,
a little complicated. So much love to Barbara Nesper. Yeah.
Absolutely. Lots of healing.
Yeah. To those who need it. Yeah.
Wonderful. And hello, Linda Miville. Nice to see you here. So what are we going to talk about? Like what?
There's nothing to talk about. It's just so boring to live in this climate, you know.
I know. Like where do you start? Where do you
I know.
start?
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Um, oh, Anita K. My husband wants to fix breakfast for me every day. He's afraid I won't eat if it doesn't. Oh, that's sweet, though.
Send him my way if you get bored of that.
Yes, yeah.
I
Hello,
hear you.
Sherry. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
I thought one of the ways that we could start, and this will
Yeah.
get into some of the things that we're going to talk about, is I want to, for you guys that aren't familiar with it, I want to
Yeah.
read
This is
you a poem
uh-huh.
by Pastor Martin Niemöller, and it's called First They Came. And I'm
Mhm.
sure that a lot of you have heard this before, but let's read it again. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
First they came for the communists, and I did not speak out because I was not a communist. Then they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then
Mhm.
they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me.
Yeah. Yep.
So I think the message in that poem was very true, 80 years ago. It is again true
Just
now.
as it is.
If we don't speak out, if we don't call things out when they are wrong,
Mhm.
then they're it's not a case of us versus them.
Right. That's right. That's right.
It is.
Yeah. That's right.
So
I happened to see of the press conference, and I know we'll get into talking more about Kilmar Garcia, but
yes.
Chris Van Hollen was talking, and the people behind him, there was one guy holding a sign that said, "This is what leadership looks like," and I got the chills. Because I was afraid for Kilmar, but I was also afraid for Chris Van Hollen because of what happened to Congressman Ryan back in the government.
Yes.
Yes, and so it was just so nice to see that, and people are starting to step up and maybe speak out, and they need
Yes.
to because of that poem. There isn't
Ex-
anybody that won't be affected if we don't help them. So yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Exactly. Exactly. We've got yes,
Mhm.
I was really, really glad to hear that yeah, Van Hollen was able to meet with Kilmar,
Mhm.
and yeah, that the meeting took place in a hotel.
Right.
And with pictures of him, I mean, he looked as okay as you can look considering where he is. um so the idea that they can this administration feels absolutely empowered to do whatever it is that they want,
That's
to
right.
whoever it is that they want.
Mhm.
And they're yeah, they're just going to do it. It's like, really, don't like it, what do you do? Sue me.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm. Mhm.
um and
Mhm.
and I think that is I'm glad to see that there are some judges now in some courts that are saying no,
Right.
no.
Right.
And particularly Judge James Boasberg.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's the guy who basically said, okay, if I don't get the information that I'm looking for, then maybe some people need to spend some time in jail. And I thought, oh, that's fabulous. Start off with Pam Bondi, and
Yeah.
then go to Christy Nome, and yeah, toss them all in
Stephen
jail.
Miller. Yeah. Yeah. All of
Yes.
these guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Stephen Mueller is, uh, yeah,
Creepy. He's a creep. Yeah. He
he
definitely is.
is very, very bad. Yeah,
So
very
I will tell you that today in Congress, in the House of Representatives, the Republicans passed a bill that will limit the ability of judges to to install whatever kind of retribution against him.
yes.
But it has to pass in the Senate, and you got to hope that their cooler heads will prevail. But yesterday, Alaska Senator Murkowski said, "We're all afraid of him." She said that out. She said it out loud. She said everybody's afraid of him and his retribution. So,
Yeah. Well, if you're one person going up against a bully,
yeah,
I can see where you would be
yeah,
afraid. But if
of
the bully
course,
is targeting everyone, get yourself together. Go in as a group. You think he's
Red
going to
Rover, right? Red Rover,
exactly, exactly.
absolutely.
Go in
Yeah,
there. No, no, we're not doing that. That's it.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. And just want to say hello, Magical Mermaid, hello, and Sherry, Marie Sutton, Joan Baker, hello, Spiritual Garden, nice to see you here, and Artist Liz. Oh my gosh, I hope that you're doing better. And
Yeah.
yeah, she said she's watching from her hospital bed. Have to get a lumbar puncture and 3 MRIs of my brain and spine. I'm in pretty
Oh,
bad shape.
Liz, I'm
Can't
so
walk or
sorry.
feel my right arm. Oh, God love you, hon. Sending you
I know.
lots and lots of
Lots and
healing.
lots of love and healing
Yeah,
for you. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, sorry.
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Mhm.
And Laura Hammond Davis, Kathleen Bourgeois. Nice to
And
see
that
you guys.
beautiful butterfly. That's so nice. I love that name. Beautiful
Yeah,
butterfly. Very nice.
yes. Yeah. I think um, was it Beautiful Butterfly used to go by another name?
Oh, really?
I think if
Okay.
I remember correctly, I'm not sure.
Okay. Let
Please
us
correct
know.
me if I'm
Yeah.
wrong. Yes.
Hi,
Yes.
Denise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Denise, Anita Kate. Yeah. Um, so maybe that's something a spiritual garden wants to know. Do we need to worry about Alberta? I
Mhm.
Alberta is traditionally a very conservative province, but people are very unhappy with the leadership of Danielle Smith. So, she has aligned herself with Pierre Poilievre.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, and she has
Oh,
aligned herself with Trump.
uh-huh.
So, um, you know, their association, Pierre Poilievre's and hers, their association and their admiration for Trump isn't isn't serving them well.
Well, I hope it
And
continues not to serve them well.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So as
Mhm.
as we go into the federal election on the 28th of this month, I have seen a lot of thank you, beautiful butterfly.
I know.
I have seen a lot of commentaries and shows from people who are saying, you know what, we've got a front row seat to how you go from a democracy to a dictatorship. We're watching it happen in real time. Do you
Right.
want the same thing to happen up here? So don't throw
Yeah.
your vote away. Don't
Mm.
think it's not important, whatever. But put your feelings about Justin Trudeau aside
Right.
and
Right.
look at who's going to lead the country. And let's not forget that even though a lot of people, we're not fond of Justin Trudeau, he
Mhm.
saved Canada during COVID.
He did. I mean, there's always something good that comes, what
Exactly.
usually anyway, not in one other
Yes.
person, but yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Exactly. So
Usually. Yeah.
if you were in Canada during that epidemic, and you got money from the government, if you did not immediately return it each and every month that it came in, I really don't care how conservative you are and how
Right.
much you hate Justin Trudeau.
Yeah.
So, you can't have it both ways. You
Yeah.
can't say, oh, yeah, no, I'm taking it. Oh, my God, he put us in debt. Yeah, he saved the country. He
Really.
saved. So,
Absolutely.
anyway, yeah,
Absolutely.
that's kind of,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
that's.
what about Ms. May? Where is she from? From the Green Party?
Um,
Is she from Alberta? No.
no, I don't
No.
think she
Okay.
is. I'm not exactly sure where she is.
Okay.
Or where she for some reason I want to say BC, but I
Oh,
could be,
okay. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
could be wrong.
Okay.
But yeah, it really is it's the case now that it is going to be between the conservatives and the liberals, and more people are moving from the NDP, and even from the Bloc Québécois are moving towards the liberals, and even some of the conservatives are
Mm-hmm.
going
Wow.
towards the liberals, and that's what we need. We need to have a liberal government with someone in charge who knows how to maneuver this, um, the financial crisis that we might be
Oh
facing.
yeah.
And yeah, you do not want to leave that in the hands of someone who is um, a professional politician.
Right. That's right. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right.
And Pierre Poilievre has everything that he is now saying he wants. If you look at his voting record, in the past, he has voted against it, each and
Ah.
every one.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sounds like
now
another person I know. Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
yes,
It does.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So,
Wow.
um, can we just, throw a few cards on Judge Boasberg and
Mm-hmm.
him standing up and being willing to say, okay, you know what, you know, actions have consequences.
Yeah.
And you guys want to play silly bucker games? All right,
Mm-hmm.
let's do that. This is how it's going to go. So, yeah.
Okay.
And okay, let me start that.
Yeah. Start it. Ooh.
Yes, PA, very much professional liar. Okay. Oh,
Interesting. So I first get that security cameras are going to be useful, and actually they just showed tonight there was security cameras on a Tesla dealership where somebody bombed something. They're everywhere. You can't really get away from security cameras. So there's something about that and they'll show people taken by force. And they already were talking about that earlier, where they were like 40 people disappeared from this place and 200 from this place. But the fake news is doing all its bidding for you know who. But I think Boasberg is going to be able to elevate above that and
yes.
get that message out. Yeah.
And it's funny. I was hoping this would be a little snarky, but I think it's right on the money. Boasberg is taking the high road.
Oh, yes, he is. Mm-hmm.
Right? He is saying, no, not on my watch. We're not going to play this game.
That's right.
And what is he hoping for? What does he want to accomplish? A dimensional shift.
Yeah. We need one. Right? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. We do. So I think it isn't it funny that usually when change starts to happen, it's one or two people who stand up and say, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yes.
And everyone goes, did he say that out loud? Okay, well, I'm not going to do it either. Right. And it just brings more people on board.
Yep.
So
you don't feel so alone. You don't feel so alone. That's right.
Yeah.
So I have to tell you, I don't know if you saw in the news that, ICE is going like there was one in New Bedford, Mass. And this guy they kept saying, your name, you're Antonio? He said, no, there's no one in this car named Antonio. Well, they took out like a an axe and started hitting his car, and they broke everything. And, they were ICE officers. Later, I saw they weren't. They were militia
Yes.
dressed as ICE. So we have to be very careful out there as well, because people that are posing for what they think, what they'd like to be,
Yes.
they aren't, they're not telling the truth. It reminds me so much of January 6th. It just,
Yes.
gives me the
Yes.
creeps. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And hello to those of you who have joined us late. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure that you go over to Allie's channel and do the same thing for her. And speaking of, I heard that you're over 6,000.
I am. Actually, I'm almost to 6,300. I'm very close to it. Yeah. So I'm very, very grateful for very grateful for
lovely. See, sometimes it just takes a little while to get
it
things
takes a while, and you got to work with a system and try to find out how to beat an algorithm. I think that's
yes.
So thanks, Marina.
Fabulous. Thanks. Fabulous.
Thank you.
So what else did I have besides the other thing that I've had a few people who have asked about the 2028 Olympics, which are scheduled to be in the US. And it's, do you, are they going to happen? Are they going to be canceled? What's going to happen now? 2028 seems like it's a long time away. It really isn't. It really isn't.
No, it isn't. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
So, is are the Olympics going to take place? Well, who's going to build all the infrastructure for it? They're getting rid of all the day laborers and all the people who can do
Very
that.
true. Yeah. But remember, they were saying that it's going to be wonderful because they have all that cleared land from those fires down in LA. And you have to wonder. You just have to. I don't know. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but it's like there are things happening that have no explanation, really.
Yes.
And it's just very weird. Yeah.
It is. It is. Yeah.
Oh, we're hosting the World Cup next year? Okay.
Well, for those things, I'm my feeling
going to happen. Yeah.
I really wouldn't want to say anything today, but I don't know with tourism being down as it is, with people not knowing, if they come in as a tourist, what is stopping them from being picked up by ICE and shipped wherever?
There's a lot of people being held in detention centers, actually in airports, that are not being let go. Yeah. And they're just regular people with a visa that is what they've always had. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So, I don't know. I don't know. I would say that if I was going to have to decide by tomorrow whether or not I was going to come down and watch the soccer, I'd say I'm going to stay home and I'll watch it on TV.
I don't blame you. Yeah. It's interesting that the card I pull out is says Eureka. Now that is a big California word. Okay. But look it's somebody trying to figure out with the Ouija board and all the other, and the UFOs bringing, are we going to have contact by then? Are we going to have other things that will make it impossible to discern whether we'll be safe or not? So yeah, I totally get it. Yeah.
It's funny because I got water has memory,
Yes, it
and it
does.
kind of yeah it kind of you know, put me in mind of yes, water finds its own level. It finds, it gets into the cracks. It gets into everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
feeling it. I'm
Well,
just
we are
not.
99% water, aren't we?
Yes, we
Ourselves.
are.
Yes. Yes. So we
Yeah.
have memory. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. And I remember that this was maybe a month or so ago when the head of the FIFA or whatnot
Mhm.
um, met with Trump, and it's going to be fabulous, and we're going to millions and millions of people are coming, and blah 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 blah. The latest I think that I heard was tickets are not selling the way that they've sold in the past.
Right. Yeah.
People
Yeah.
are not making those airline reservations. They're not booking hotels.
Mhm.
They're
Yeah.
because
They're
it is
boycotting.
so uncertain.
And I don't
Yeah.
blame them. I don't blame them. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no, not at all.
Yeah.
So, okay, let me look at something else
Okay.
here that we could. Um, oh, okay. Well, I had to print all this out, otherwise I wouldn't be able to read my own
I
writing.
get
So
you.
pages and pages.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. Um, Donald Trump met with Georgia Maloney. She is I think, the prime minister or whatever of Italy,
Mhm.
and you know, she's a
Not her. She had to sit by Stinky. Yeah. Yeah.
yes, yeah,
Okay.
and
Uh-huh.
she
Yeah.
did a lot of the. I think she did the classical or play to his ego, right?
Right.
Because that's
Right.
that's the only way you do anything about him. And yeah, he said, or she had said that yeah, as much as she was talking about Italy, um, yeah, she said that her government had brought inflation down and improved employment before gesturing towards Trump and adding with a broad smile, "Forgive me if I promote my country, but you're a businessman and you understand me."
Oh, yeah. Smooth.
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
Especially,
Mhm.
yeah, you're talking about, improved employment and so on
Yeah.
and so forth, which is,
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
putting the screw to him. Um, he's also saying that, oh yes, they're going to be able to do a deal, and regarding tariffs and whatnot. And she
Right.
has come out publicly and said that she does not. She said tariffs are not a good idea.
Good.
So,
Yeah. And
so
So did Jerome Powell yesterday. Yes, he did.
yeah.
Yeah.
So how did what is she thinking of Trump? Now apparently I think they met yesterday, so I think today she was supposed to meet with JD Vance. We'll
Well, he's
see.
over in Dachau, though. Remember?
Oh yes, yes, yeah, okay. All right.
Probably back by now. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So
Wow.
we'll see which one of them has, more eyeliner on. But what do you think? What was her
Wow.
impression of Trump?
I get here assistance and help. She needed to get out of there. She's 4 pictures of her, and one of them is and holding her breath. The other one is this, and there was another one. She was ready to uprise and rebel against what he was.
Who farted?
Yeah, right. Oh Lord. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
he was going to meet with the Pope? I didn't hear that. Wow.
wow.
I know. Yeah.
That
Oh, Magical Mermaid. She said Russia started the war. Real? Oh, you're right. Yeah. Oh, she said that. Okay. Yeah.
yes.
Yes. Thank you.
And they
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
did. Okay. What did she think of Trump? He's trying to rewrite history.
He is.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
It you don't remember it well.
Mhm.
I'll tell you what you remember. And yeah, you guys are not remembering it well. So yeah. Um let's take a look at is he going is Trump going to um is he going to cut her some slack? Is he going to pay a little more attention to her than he would some of the other leaders because she is female and because she
Although he
is
doesn't really value females, although he's got the two
no,
Barbie dolls there with him.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
he doesn't, but she's playing to his ego. And
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. Um,
Is he going to listen to her? Hmm.
I'm getting military action and a warship and him holding power. I think he's going to, well, this is kind of not really anything to do with Maloney, but there's something, somebody in the chat said, is there something going to happen between now and the 30th? I don't know. It looks like, yeah. Yeah. But, and maybe he'll threaten her if she doesn't come along, or, you never know. Yeah.
Well, or he can pick a war with Italy.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Why not?
Why not?
It's just a woman running it, so it should be easy, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No, I think, yeah, he's so much of a lost cause. He really, truly is a lost cause. But
Yeah. Yeah.
anyway, and yeah, he was also talking about the tariffs and whatnot, and that he doesn't want to. Yeah, he doesn't feel like he has to increase the tariffs more. He may lower them, but as long as deals are made. And according to him, there's countries are just lining up outside the White House to make deals.
To kiss his ass. Yeah. As if.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no, is there any indication that there are countries who are ready to line up and do business with him to avoid tariffs?
Okay. I have a question, though, that goes along with this. Is anybody here from the UK or read about that he told the UK that he was that they had to get rid of protections for gay and
DEI,
lesbian,
yes,
yeah, and DEI,
yes,
and
yes.
apparently it passed in the I think it did, and that's why I'm asking. Is anybody here from the UK? Do you know if it passed? Because I can't see Keir Starmer doing that. Bringing that to the floor and doing that. So
yeah,
I would
yes,
really, if
please.
anybody's from the UK, let us know if you would. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Please.
Yeah. So let's.
Yeah. Yeah. And what was?
Well, we're gonna pull some cards on whether anybody's going to relent on these tariffs. Is that what the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Are they going to want to renegotiate with them? And I get Explorer. I think that there might be some that there might be some who are possibly looking at it, but they aren't big players, right? And it's like, okay, what do we have to do? What do you want from us in order to do that? I don't think that there are many of them, and certainly not as many as he claims there are.
Well, yeah, because everything's exaggerated. Just like today, he stood up and said egg prices are the lowest they've ever been, and all the inflation's coming down, which is not true. I get carefree timelessness. What I'm feeling is like they're just going to let the sand come through
Yes.
the hourglass and not really do too much. But then I get let your edges be liquid. So that's kind of the same
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well,
Go with
we'll
the
be
flow.
liquid about it. We'll think about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Absolutely. And going along with that is there has been a major sell-off of U.S. bonds.
Oh yes.
Yes, and U.S. Bonds are basically what guarantees U.S. debt.
That's right.
So when countries buy other countries' bonds, they're basically buying the debt of someone, right?
Correct.
And it's
Right.
like, anyone who's ever had to deal with a credit agency, and you owe XYZ company, and you say, I've never dealt with them, I don't know who they are. Well, they bought your account from whatever, right?
Right.
So with all the uncertainty that's been happening in the market, a lot of people are dumping their bonds. And Japan is kind of at the forefront. So that's going to have an effect on the dollar. It's going to have an effect on, how things progress. There is no confidence in the market, right? And yet, Trump is going to continue to do what he's doing, which is, it's my way or the highway, and I don't care. Are people around him, are they going to start telling him the truth? Is he going to start to understand that, this isn't going to work? You're hurting yourself. You're hurting the people that you claim you're helping.
Yeah. He has a lot of disdain, actually, for his MAGA people. He really does. They just don't see it. They're not his favorite people. Mm-mm.
No. Well, he did say, I love the poorly educated.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And a new video has just been released of Vance back from 2021, speaking at a convention that said we need to get rid of the worst problem in our country are universities and professors. So he's in the same, and yet he went to Harvard, I believe.
Yes. Yeah. Supposedly. Yeah. Supposedly. But it's funny. One of the cards that you got earlier, I got now. Yeah.
Eureka. Okay.
Is I don't think I think that people around him might be trying to explain it, but you know what? It's like beating your head up against the wall. He doesn't get it. He just doesn't get it.
Yeah, that's true. I see here he adds fuel to the fire,
Yes.
but somebody's got to lasso him in and put him in jail. And I'm wondering, because he's got until I think Wednesday to, or he'll be in contempt. But if the Senate passes the thing before then, he won't be. So yeah, I don't know if they'll pass it or not. So yeah,
interesting.
Oh, he went to Yale.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they look down on him. Oh, no doubt.
Yeah,
no doubt. Mind you, I remember hearing a while back that some of the people that he went to Yale with that were friends with him then are shocked at what he is saying now, because they said that is not the person that I knew back then.
Yep.
So this,
Yep.
yeah, this is he's reinventing himself to be something that he's not. And
For power. It's just for
yeah,
power. That's
it's
all it
just for
is. Yeah.
power. Yeah.
The
You grind
University of Grinder. That's great,
nice,
Carolyn. Yeah.
Carolyn.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let me see. What else do I have on here?
Mhm.
That just bear with me. Talk amongst yourselves.
Well, I was going to say, bring up the Pakistan thing.
Yes,
That's pretty funny. I mean, it's
yes.
not, but
That
it is.
that's what I was looking for. So
Okay.
yes, apparently, police in Pakistan have made dozens of arrests following a string of protests targeting KFC. Branches across the country, which actually led to one man being killed. Protesters, angry at the war in Gaza, have been
Mhm.
urging a boycott of the chain, claiming it is a symbol of the United States and its ally Israel.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
And at least 11 incidents have been confirmed in major cities such as Lahore, Karachi, and Islamabad.
Finger looking good.
Now,
Yeah.
what do you think the colonel would have to say about that?
What would that colonel have to say?
What would the yes,
Oh my God.
yes.
I'll have
What?
a bucket of wings.
Uh-huh.
Maybe next time, it says. Maybe next time. All right.
You know,
Oh.
they're spelling it out.
Oh, they are.
They're spelling it out. They're saying, yeah, okay, you know what? Other countries may not be able to make the connection or don't want to make the connection. We really don't care. So yeah, they're spelling it out, and they're taking a leap. They're saying, no
Mhm.
way, we're not doing it.
Yeah.
That
Mhm. Yep.
that
Yeah.
I think is a good thing.
Well,
That's a
and
good thing.
Coyote Rosenbaum says the first KFC was in Salt Lake City, Utah, and they're standing up, and they came out for Bernie and AOC, as did Idaho, and
Oh,
which is those are very strong red states. And of course, that doesn't mean there aren't any Democrats in them. It's just that
yes.
people are not really happy about this, and I admire them for doing what they're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, Foxy Roxy. Yeah, she says it's been over 3 years since I had a KFC lunch. You know what?
30
Me
for
too.
me. 30 years. I don't yeah, I don't eat it. Yeah. Oh, in
Yeah.
Montana, you're right, Grace. Yes, yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
we have up here, we have a chain that is kind of an answer to KFC, and it's called Mary Brown's.
Very
And
brown.
it was started on the East Coast. I think it might even have been started in Newfoundland. Anyway,
Oh, okay.
their their meals, their chicken is just so much better than KFC. That
Well, maybe it
yeah,
is. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't remember the last time that I had KFC. So, I probably would be up there with those people saying, "Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, shut them
Yeah.
down. Shut them
Well,
down."
there's a lot of we're not like I don't go to Chick-fil-A, but that's a
Yeah,
big, a promoter of you know who.
yes.
And McDonald's is, and some of the other places. So
Yes.
there's a whole list of places that you can. There's a couple places that I won't do it because I like Starbucks, but Starbucks is also a big Republican
Yes.
donator. So yeah.
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 Absolutely. Absolutely. No, we've been able to cut out McDonald's.
Mhm.
We'll go to yeah, if we want fast food, we'll do something else.
Mhm.
Um, I now have an app on my phone, and it's oh, what's it called? Maple, I think Maple Scan or something. That
Mhm.
if you want to know where a product is made, you take a picture of the product, and it
Yeah.
automatically tells you where it originates, where it's made, and what the Canadian alternatives are.
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
that has made
Yeah.
a difference. So
Wow.
now there, I started off by reading that poem about, first they
Mm-hmm.
came for the communists and blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, apparently in Miami, a U.S. citizen was arrested in Florida for allegedly being in the country illegally and held for pickup by immigration authorities, even after his mother showed a judge her son's birth certificate and the judge dismissed charges. The man was released after his case received widespread coverage. He he was born in the U.S.
He was 19 and he was pulled over for something and they arrested him for being a illegal. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Because yeah, his name is Juan Carlos Lopez Gomez. So, in other
So,
words, yeah,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not that, you're in the country illegally, is you're brown.
Right.
That's, that
Although it doesn't seem to really matter of recent, but yes, they're
yeah,
they're doing the Browns and the Islamics and all that stuff right now. But
yes.
like you say in the poem, they're going to get to everybody. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And they're talking about that birthright citizenship,
Hmm.
uh,
Oh yeah,
taking that
Supreme Court is.
away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And again, and I've mentioned this in the past, if they do away with birthright citizenship, where are the Trump kids going to live?
Well, yeah, because Melania will have to leave too because she's yeah. And actually, Barron, somebody had a picture of Barron on Blue Sky. I don't know if you saw it. There's a picture of Barron and there's a picture of Trudeau. And honestly, it looks possible.
Well,
But then in the background, you can see Melania going, gaga,
yeah,
that kind.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
funny. It never goes away. That meme never goes away.
No,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
no, no, no. She'll never ever live that down.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah, because yeah, Barron would have to go. Don
Yeah,
Jr. would have to go.
true.
Uh, Ivanka would have to
Okay.
go. The
Yeah,
only one who is truly a U.S. citizen is Tiffany.
that's right. That's right. And
And what about J.D. Vance? What about his kids?
oh, his wife too. Yeah, yeah. You're right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah, yeah. I
absolutely.
can't tell you people enough not to go out of the country, honestly. And
Yes.
I know that's really sucks because people have a plan and this and that, but they're tormenting people that are just regular people and they're holding people in this one guy, he was Australian and he was taken back to Australia because they didn't like the fact he had some of his dead sister's ashes with him. That it was they called the CDC in. So um, and he lives here. He was on a visa. He's with a partner. He has a house. He has all these other things, and that's just one small
Yes.
example. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
No, there it and really and truly, I think that a lot of the people who have
yeah.
taken over the government um, are they're not people who have been trained for those positions. They're not really ICE. They are
No,
pretend ICE.
right, right.
Right. I
Yeah.
just I put the vest on and I failed at everything else in my life. The only thing that I can do is I can be an asshole to someone else. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be
Why
an asshole.
not? Because now
Right.
you've given me some kind of a badge, and I
Yes.
can just come in and do
That's
whatever
yeah.
it is I want.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
I think that um, you, is there a possibility? Is there a possibility that some of the people or one of the people that might be picked up is actually going to be the wife, son, or daughter of someone currently
Oh,
in
yeah,
government?
yeah.
And
Mhm,
are we going to hear about it?
mhm.
So, yeah.
Yes, looks like some drunken sailor will probably be given a badge, and you never know. They won't realize that that person is that
Yes.
person. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Until, yeah, after the damage is done. And okay, look, dumpster fire,
Oh my God.
what's
Yes,
happening? Yes. You know it's only a matter of time.
it is. Hmm.
It's only a
Hmm.
matter of time. Um,
They're
I
just so nasty. They pray before they come out to give the Carolyn Levitt praise with her people. Then
yes.
she comes out and says, "What's the big deal about Kilmar Garcia? He isn't exactly Father of the Year." And I thought, "Oh my God, the judgment!" And
Yes.
then it's well, he's already there, so let's just leave him there. But he
Yeah.
didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
Uh-huh.
yeah, it is mind-boggling on so many levels, and we are going to need to stand up. We are going to need
Yeah.
um, to kind of call these things out, and I'm hoping that more and more judges
Hmm.
are going to be coming out and speaking out.
Hmm.
Um, so may, there is that hope. There
Yeah.
is that hope.
There is
So
that hope. You're
yeah.
right. Yep.
Um, and yep, when you don't follow due process, you can kind of do whatever you want.
Well, and you know that's their argument. Well, if they'd come in here legally, but that isn't even true because we've got people in here that have lived here 13 or 14 years. There was one guy picked up, I want to say it was Michigan, but I may be wrong. And he had all his neighbors surround him and take videos of him. He was going to his citizenship to get his citizenship, and ICE was there and picked him up. Yeah. Yeah. And everybody was worried about that, but I'm seeing more and more people surrounding their neighbors or making plans. It does remind
Yeah.
me of a resistance like we saw in France and other places. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
And that, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's what we need to look after each other. And yeah, we need to be able to stand up and say, not on my watch,
Right.
not on
Right.
my watch.
Yeah.
And yeah, the idea of filming it, absolutely. Everybody,
Yeah.
film as much of it as you can, get the conversation on tape, and then share it
Yeah.
with people. Let people know. Um,
Yeah. Absolutely.
Sometimes the only way to get to these folks is to shame them, to publicly name them and shame them.
Right. But some
So,
people have no shame. That's the
no,
saddest part, you know? Somebody had written a op-ed about they live in some state that's very red and that they
yes,
really don't like what he's doing, but they like that he's owning the libs because they hate the libs. And I thought to myself, is that really all you need? You're just going to side with him because he doesn't like someone who is different than you? And it's incredibly ridiculous.
yes,
It really is. Yeah.
yes,
Uh-huh.
yes.
Oh, well, that
Oh,
makes
does
sense.
ICE
Yeah.
have quotas?
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't surprise me. Homeman, I think he got in trouble like the first month because they didn't pick up enough people. And so he told Homan, you better start picking up more people and getting them out of here. I want more people moved. So tonight in Texas, and I just saw somebody mention it, they did pick up some people. And you're saying that they just probably will move them either to, and the problem is this, let's say they're Mexican, they're moving them either to Venezuela or El
Yes,
Salvador. It would be like picking us up and putting us in Iceland or well,
yes,
whatever, someplace we
yeah,
don't even know. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, ex- exactly. It
Yeah.
it takes an awful lot of energy to hate
It
the
does.
way that some of them hate.
Yeah.
That if you spend half of that energy trying a little compassion,
Mhm.
you would be so much happier instead
Yeah.
of you stand in judgment of others, and
Yeah.
yet, you take umbrage with the fact that someone can stand in judgment of you. How dare you?
Right. Right.
What's the
Yeah.
difference?
I know.
What's the difference?
You're
So,
absolutely right. You're absolutely
yeah.
right.
And martial law is enacted. Trump will do it in Texas first, probably.
It's interesting because I was talking to Keith and he said, we don't do martial law here.
Hmm.
But, I could see it if someone was bombing us or something that they might change. But he's using this not the insurrection, the 17, whatever it is,
Oh, the
54
alien
alien thing.
enemies.
Yeah, because the Supreme Court said that was fine. So under that, he may say, I'm bringing the military in. And I think he's already got plans to move them to the southern border. But just yesterday or 2 or 3 days ago, there were 2 guys who were Marines down there and they got in a car accident. They're gone. You don't hear about that. You don't hear about anything really,
No.
unless you watch YouTube news or something. Yeah. Yep.
Yes. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then you have to watch several channels because
True.
there's, whatever I hear, even from a trusted source, I'll double check. I just want to be sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
yeah, things are not going to be good for a little while. Not until we realize that, am I my brother's keeper? Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. We're
You are
all
your
in
brother's
this
keeper.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So did you know that in Louisiana, they're looking for people to pick blueberries? And they're going to pay them $11 an hour because
Really?
there's nobody there to pick them. And you're not going to get anybody interested in that because Louisiana is very hot. And that's a pretty arduous job.
Yes,
And
it
so
is.
it would be, I'm going to keep my eyes out on that and see what happens. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to see. I want to see all the bubbas that are going to be applying for that. Because don't.
Yeah. Oh, they have job searches there too. Grace in Texas. Yeah, I would believe that. I would. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Celtic Sea, there's an astrological aspect that may spark violence at the end of the month around the new moon. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You have to, you can stand up and you can do it, but don't be sucked into something. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for Louisiana. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was listening to Libby Meister Tarot, and she had some in terms of people going out and protesting and whatnot, and she did have some very useful tips that are worthwhile sharing.
Okay.
She said, if at all possible, okay, do not take your phone with you. Buy one of those little disposable phones or what. Have it with you so that you can take pictures and that you can take video. That way, in case anything happens and you're picked up, your phone is at home.
Your phone, your regular
they don't
phone.
have your phone. They just have that.
Mm-hmm.
She also suggested that you write the phone number of a lawyer that you trust in permanent marker somewhere on your body, so that you have access to that number. You don't have to worry about remembering it, because if they send you to prison, they strip you.
True.
Right? They take everything off.
Everything. Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a very, very good tip. And she mentioned the same thing with, yes, don't be afraid to go out and protest. Just be aware of your circumstance, and just know the chances are very good that that there are going to be people that are there simply to stir trouble.
That's what they're saying. Yeah. That they're going to taunt you, or you got to be careful of that.
Yeah. Just because somebody is up there pressing your button doesn't mean that you have to react.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's true.
You can just smile Just smile and
Oh,
say,
yeah. You could be
God
Stevie
loves
Wonder.
you.
You know when Stevie Wonder sings, he makes
Yes.
his head move, you know? Yeah,
You say, God loves you, and so do I.
that's right.
Bless your heart.
Yeah,
So, yes,
absolutely.
cover up tattoos. That was the other big thing that that ICE was using tattoos
Right.
as identification for picking people up because gangs, especially the Trezaguas or whatever, yeah, that they have
Yeah.
tattoos.
Yeah.
No,
Yep.
they don't. Many of them don't.
I think I'd be more worried about Pete Hegseth's tattoos than I would be some of these other people. His are creepy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. What about Roger Stone? He's got Nixon on his back, for God's
Does he
sake.
really? I didn't know
Yes,
that.
yes, Richard Nixon.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and he's very proud of that.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
anyway,
That's amazing. All right.
so you guys, thank you for
Mhm.
spending part of your Friday evening with us. You know, we love to do the show. It gives us a chance to just kind of sit back, relax,
Yeah.
toss a little bit of BS here and there, pick a few cards, and yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I love doing this show with Allie. So
Oh, we have a lot of fun, and you guys are a riot in the chat. You make it
yeah,
a really fun experience. So thank you.
absolutely, absolutely. So don't
Uh-huh.
forget to like, share, and subscribe. Before I
Yep.
let everyone go, Allie, have you got anything coming up that you wanted to
I have
highlight?
on Sunday, Easter Day, Fernando Marone, who I've had on many times, and I love him. He introduced me to his partner, who is a tarot guy. His name is Blaine, and so he's coming on Sunday.
Oh,
And tomorrow night I'll be on with Miss Sherry on the Night Owls show with her and Ramon. So I'm looking forward to that. How about you?
lovely,
What are you doing?
lovely.
Yeah.
You know what? The tomorrow I've got the members only live. So that will be at
Good.
2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So you guys, if you're members to the channel, let me know you're coming. That way I can make
Yeah.
sure that I could accommodate everyone. We'll have a little bit of fun. We'll catch up on what's going on in everyone's life. And chances are very good that I'm probably going to start doing some 3-card readings for each and every one of you. So there you
There
go.
you go. Good for you.
There you
Yeah.
go. So just send me an email at heartcenteredtarot@outlook.com.
Hmm.
And yeah, let me know you're coming, and email me. Don't leave it in the under the posts, because that just shows me your name. It doesn't give me your email address. So when
That's
you
true.
email
That's
me,
true. And you need
yeah,
it. Yeah. Yeah.
I can make sure that you get the link and the invite. Okay.
There you go.
All right. We
All
will
right.
see you guys in 2 weeks' time. So that will be on the 2nd of May.
It's
And
almost May.
I know,
I know.
I know.
Yeah.
Time
If
is
we have anything to talk about, I don't know that we may have to play tiddlywinks or something, but you know.
yeah. Go to
Yeah.
international news, or
Yeah. We can talk about Sri Lanka. Yeah. There you
Sri
go.
Lanka. Yeah, Pakistan. Yeah, anything worthwhile happening in Dubai. Yeah, there
That's
you go.
right. There you go.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you, everyone. And yeah, we'll check you out later. We'll see you later, and have a wonderful Easter.
Yeah.
Bye for now.